Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look right here. I just thought I would kickstart the fall season with something super dramatic, super smoky, but very kind of fall at the same time. So this is my take on kind of like a cool tone fall smoky eye with like nice grays and purples and silvers, and then like a nice kind of berry lip. So I did use these two palettes right here. This is the Celestial Thunder palette by Dominique Cosmetics, Chris and Dominique's palette. And as you can see, I primarily use this shade, and this shade. And then obviously my tried and true Makeup Revolution. This is the Reloaded Iconic Vitality palette, just for some nice smokiness and some other transition shades as well. So yeah, as I was doing it, it kind of turned out to be a little bit messier. I didn't really have like a set vision in mind. A lot of my tutorials, I have an idea, but I never really know exactly what shades I'm gonna go with, what exactly I'm gonna do, and I just kind of like play. And I think that's the beauty of makeup, is that it kind of allows you to just kind of choose your own adventure and carve your own path, and it really is just a great creative outlet for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Feel free to use different colors, use different patterns, just, you know, kickstart the smokiness for fall. I would say the weather is getting cooler, but that would be a lie. I mean, it's not getting warmer, which is good, but yeah. So anyway, if you want to see how I got this look, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright, so first things first is we're going to be priming the eyes with the Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer Potion and just tapping that in with our fingertips, making sure that we have a nice base for our shadow. I also put down some e.l.f. Liner Define Eye Tape to help with the shape. Then going in with the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette and dipping into this shade called Zero Gravity. It's like this nice gray taupe, setting the tone for this cool tone look. I wanted to mention this is the version of the palette I got in my BoxyCharm. I believe Sephora sells like the full-size version, but this was like the BoxyCharm version. But if you do buy the full-size version, it should still have all these shades. And then all over the lid, I'm applying this dark blackish, grayish, glittery shade. It's so beautiful, and that is the star of the show for sure. It's a nice base, but you're gonna see we're gonna layer the colors. And then we're going into the Makeup Revolution palette, and then just this dark black, well obviously black is dark, and then this ColourPop stiff blending brush, just really packing that into the outer corner. This just adds a lot of dimension to the look, and it just gives it a nice blown out effect. Then going with this light lavender shade into my crease, just to blend out all of the edges, using my Morphe M504. And then I'm going into this champagne shade in the palette just with my fingertips again and applying that directly on top of that dark black glitter. And it's just going to layer for a nice kind of dimensional effect. And then going on top of that with the J.Cat Prismetal Eye Chrome Mousse thing in the shade Gray Later. This is a great, beautiful shade. These pigments or these mousses are a little bit hard to apply. They're not like soft and creamy, so you have to really pack it onto the lid. But with that being said, once you do, it's just beautiful. And then going up top of that directly with the champagne shade, just building it up, as you can see, for a nice kind of 3D effect. Then going back into that initial transition gray shade on a smaller blending brush and really just kind of blending that through the crease even more, just to make sure there are no harsh edges. And then I'm taking my Beauty For Real line, this is the Finish Line eyeliner, and just doing a nice wing. And then moving on to the face, I'm taking the Fab Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. This is just a nice smoothing, pore filling primer to prime the face. I'm taking two foundations. I'm taking the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in the shade Golden and the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation as well. Just because the golden shade was a little bit too dark and I wanted to balance it out, so mixing these two gave me a nice color. By the way, you can always find the products listed below, the ones that I use in tutorials. I'm just buffing that in with a flat top kabuki. This is the Morphe Y6. And then moving on to concealer, I am highlighting with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer in the shade Light 50W. This is a nice creamy concealer. And then I am spot concealing all of my problem areas with the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade 35 Medium Neutral. And I like to do this because it just allows me to add coverage to places I need it specifically rather than cake on a whole other layer of foundation. Then I'm just blending that in with this Morphe under eye kind of tapered brush. And then I'm setting everything down with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder, or I should say I'm setting down those highlighted areas with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder just to brighten those areas a little bit more. And then I am taking the ColourPop No Filter Pressed Powder to set all over my face with my EcoTools full blending brush, or full powder brush, I believe. Then I am bronzing the face with the Aesthetica Sunset Bronzer. And this brush is the EcoTools Blending and Bronzing Brush. It's a stipple brush, or it's like a dual fiber brush, but I found it to be a little bit dense. I know I've owned this for a while, but that's why you see me patting it into my skin instead of really just kind of, you know, bronzing. And then I'm taking the Essence Contouring Palette, and then on the small brush, just kind of carving out the hollows of my cheekbones even further. I like to do this when I have really dramatic looks, just to give me a little bit more definition and sculpt up my face. And then I'm just buffing those harsh edges out with that same bronzing brush we used. Then I am blushing up my face with the Essence Satin Touch Blush in the shade Satin Love. And then moving on to brows, I just want to show you what I did. I used the Mellow Cosmetics Brow Gel and the NYX Fill and Fluff Pencil. Then for the lower lash line, going back into that bluish, grayish glitter, blackish glitter. I'm sorry, I keep calling it different colors, but it truly is like so many colors. And just smoking out my lower lash line with the Morphe M213. And then just kind of buffing that out with that initial gray shade as well, using a pencil brush. Then for the lashes, I'm just showing you that I'm applying a glue. I'm just showing you that I'm applying glue for my lashes here. But now I'm going in to highlight my brow bone and my cheekbones while I let that lash glue dry with the Ofra Cosmetics and Nikki Tutorials Everglow highlighter. This is one of my go-tos for a really dramatic blinding highlight. Highlighting my inner corner and my brow bone as well. And then I'm just buffing out my crease a little bit more with a blank brush just to make sure there really aren't any edges before I curl my lashes and attempt to apply one of my lashes. My left one wasn't working, so I'm just doing my right one for now. And then you can see I'm going back into that Makeup Revolution palette and I'm just adding black to my lower lash line. Okay, and then I am lining my lips with the Ulta lip liner in the shade Bittersweet. It's a nice kind of neutral berry. And then for lips, I am going in with the Real Her moisturizing lipstick in the shade Boss. This is a beautiful shade. I love the formula of these lipsticks. You guys know if you've been watching my videos. So underrated, so comfortable, so pigmented. It's a nice cream formula. Then I'm just kind of fixing my edges with a lip brush. Then I am attempting to pop on my left lash finally, after many trial and errors. And then adding some mascara to the lower lash line. This is the Essence Lashes of the Day. Probably my favorite mascara ever. Then I am just tightening my eyes with the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner. And then on top of that, I'm applying this Essence Cosmetics really nude lipstick just to make my lips a little less berry because my eyes are already so dramatic. And then I'm just going to set my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And that is it, you guys. That is my take on this sultry, cool tone, smoky eye, perfect for fall. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!